Serbia, a candidate for the European Union. In the interview, Serbian Deputy Prime Minister Aleksandar Vučić.
Aleksandar Vučić, the main purpose of your visit to Germany has been to press Serbia's case to get membership talks, to get accession talks for the EU. You say that Serbia deserves those talks. Explain to me why.
First of all, I have to say that I said that I think that Serbia deserves that, but it's not up to us. It's up to Germany, it's up to all the other member states to judge it, to estimate our work. And for the first time I can say that for our side, for Serbian side, deeds were more important than words. We were not very good in selling words. I can remember you when we had some changes in our countries after the last elections. Everyone in Germany would say that it was a kind of setback. But only after 6 months, there is no German politicians that would not say that we made a significant progress. And we think that we did a lot. Whether is it enough or not, that's not an issue for us.
What has been the response from the senior German officials, the ministers and so on that you've been speaking to in Berlin this week? Because so far, Germany has frankly been sceptical, or cautious, let's say, about Serbia's bid for accession talks.
Actually, they all said the same. And that was, well, yep, you're right, you did many things. And no doubt about it. I just, if you allow to me, I can remind you on that thing with asterisk and footnote. We did it. We signed an IBM agreement, IBM protocol, and we started to implement it, and we'll fully implement it in the days to come. Also, the things about regional presence of Pristina, and I think it's solved. Also, we established liaison officers in Pristina and Belgrade, and no one can deny that it happened, and it all happened in the past 6 months.
Okay.
Of course, but German officials added one more thing.
Go on.
I have to be very honest. And of course, I didn't lie that our people, I'm not going to lie to international public. They said to us, well, yes, we are satisfied with your deeds. Actually, you did a lot, but we need something more.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me pick up right there, because I mean, you're talking about the battle against corruption, the battle against nepotism, the battle against organised crime, and you're saying you've made substantial progress in recent months. But let me just tell you that you have complained about the police tapping your phone line, tapping the president's phone line at the same time. The Prime Minister is embroiled in allegations of contacts to the criminal underworld. As you well know, at this point in time, the Serb police have reported a plot by criminal gangs to try and bring down a plane that you or the Prime Minister or the President might have been travelling in.
But
this doesn't sound good.
It does sound good.
What
if you look
good?
at it from the right angle.
Tell me.
And that right angle is exactly what I'm going to say to you. You know, what Prime Minister did, what I did, what police did, what you did in our country. It means that our institutions are going to deal with that. Our institutions will tackle that, regardless of the person that did something wrongly. Doesn't matter was it done by myself or by Prime Minister, by the President, by yourself or anyone else. And that's the difference. That's the difference. And you know, it's not demagogic story. We arrested the biggest tycoon in the Balkan. And as Mr. Martens from Frankfurter Allgemeine Zeitung said, previous government was not able even to mention the name of that guy. Yeah. And today, if you say something about, let's say, Prime Minister or people from police or myself, I would say to you, not a big deal. Our institutions, our prosecutors, they lead an investigation, and we'll see the end of that. And people in Serbia, they believe in that. Even people in Germany believe in that because they saw the results of our fight against corruption.
It's an interesting thing that you're saying. You just said it there. You're saying our fight against corruption, but an awful lot of people, including some of the journalists that you're talking about, are saying that this is very, very much associated with your person. It's the clampdown on corruption is you. And if you go, it goes.
I hope it won't happen.
But it might. It might.
I hope it
Serbia
might not.
is a volatile place, as you know. There could be fresh elections very soon.
But if there would be, by chance, fresh elections, we're going to get more than 50% of the seats in the parliament.
Mm-hmm. But that is proof that it is tied to your person, what you're saying.
But I hope that it won't happen, because I think that state and our national and state interests are more important than our internal political interests, which means, yes, it's more important to get a date for accession negotiations from Germany and from Europe than to go for elections, than to win in elections.
But you do understand that for the EU to enter into a commitment that is a commitment of you joining the EU accession, that is a commitment for decades, and it cannot necessarily be made on the basis of good work done over, as you have just said, 7 months.
You're absolutely right. That's why I said to you at the beginning of our discussion that no one will be very angry. I can say that only that people in Serbia, they do expect that as a kind of signal, because we truly believe that we are a part of Europe. We truly believe in that. We did our best, and we know that we have to do our best in next 10 years, 20 years, and we'll do it because we belong to Europe.
Let's talk about Kosovo. You've said progress has been made on Kosovo, but you know as well as I do that there are many, many people in Serbia who have great qualms about the compromises that are being made around this issue.
There are many people that are dissatisfied about things that we are doing on Kosovo issue. I cannot deny that. It would be very stupid, and I wouldn't be a trustworthy person if I would say the opposite. But, when you have a kind of idea in your mind, and I think that we do have, and first of all, we would like to change our mindsets and the mindset of some of our people. And people are ready for changes in our country. I don't say that we can recognize an independence of Kosovo. But we have to deal with those people from Pristina, we have to deal with Albanians, we have to negotiate with them, we have to talk to them. They're the same people like we are. And people in Serbia, they have to be in the habit of having the dialogue, improving the dialogue, finding solution. Yes, we made some concessions, but I'm sure that they will have to make some concessions as well. That's the life.
Point taken, absolutely. You talk there about changing mindsets. That's a very interesting expression, because would you say that in your lifetime you've changed your own mindset?
Yes.
Because you have, in the past, you've been criticized for being virulently anti-Western, and now you are you embody the sane voice of pro-Western, pro-EU Serbia. There's more than an irony in that.
I'm not. No, not at all. I'm not ashamed of that. The only people that I would dare to underestimate are people that don't change themselves. And I think that every normal person, every decent person, every single person in the world that would like to improve himself, to do something for himself, you gotta change. I saw many things that I didn't do. My intentions were the best possible. I thought that I was doing something for the best possible purposes for my country.
But let's be honest, when Serbia was at war with NATO, you were the information minister.
Yes.
You clamped down very harshly
on
the media, on broadcasters, foreign broadcasters.
And I fought for my country in a way that I thought at that time was the best possible. Today, if you ask me whether I made many mistakes, particularly on information law and many other I would say, I did it publicly. There's nothing to be hidden. I think that I repeated that at least dozens of times in our public. And you know what happened? Yeah, people believe that because I said the truth. It was very obvious. Yeah, of course, my country was attacked. I was the side of my country. I was very sharp. I was too harsh. Yeah, but you know, after all, we have to see the result. And the result of that politics was very bad. The result was 0-3. And today, I'm doing my best to bring the better result for my people. But we need to work hardly. We need to work more and more like our people do here in Germany. But they have a system here. We have a lack of system in our country. We're going to build it. And we're going to show to the whole world, to the European Union, that we are part of Europe, that we can do in the same way, in the same manner as you do.
Let me ask you one more question. If you do not get the accession talks that you so dearly are trying to achieve, you have said that would be a major defeat for Serbia. Would Serbia go back into its shell?
No, it's no point back. No point back for Serbia. I think that would be a kind of disappointment for our people, but it would be a temporary disappointment. People know that this is our path. We are not going to leave our path. And yes, we'll do our best to get a date for accession negotiations. If we don't get it, we'll stay on the same track, and we'll even go with more efforts, more endeavors to reach our goals, and no one can stop us. I can say that very openly, very frankly. There are no political forces in Serbia or anywhere else that can stop those kind of reforms and modernization of our country.
Aleksandar Vučić, thank you very, very much for talking to us today. Thank you.
Thank you very much.